Hey folks, welcome to the Garden Canvas. Back in the summertime, I did a video called How to Propagate Variegated Weigela. It's been a little while. I promised a follow-up video on that, and it's been a while. In fact, some of these cuttings are already starting to enter winter dormancy because we're entering the Christmas season now. So we'll take a look. Some of the cuttings look a little bit shabby, but they're going to be fine. I'm going to pot some of these up and put them in a protected space for the winter time and watch them bloom back out in the spring. So let's take a look at the box. All right, so if you remember, I placed sand in this box and painted stripes over the lid to help create shade, and also put this in a shaded area as well. So that protects the cuttings as they're developing a root system in the heat of the summer. And as I said, some of these have already started entering dormancy. So I'll let you see what they look like. All right, so this is the Weigela. And yeah, we can see some of it's already started dropping leaves. I also had put in some viburnum, couple different types of viburnum. I have double file viburnum in here, as well as this right here is Shindo Viburnum. This is an evergreen, great shrub for privacy. I also have some summer sweet, which is what this is, and a little bit of holly in here as well. And I believe that is it. Let's go ahead and we'll dig out a few of these and see how they're looking. Some of them did not make it, and honestly, I actually neglected the box for a little while, so some of them may have dried out before they got a good root system. But that just happens. You know, you get busy and you do other things, and so you lose some, and you actually gain a lot of plants by doing this as well. So you can share them with your family or keep them for yourself, put them in other parts of your garden. So, all right, this is the tricky part, and there may be a better method to doing this, but it's such a small box. So you may damage some of the roots here as you're pulling these out, but I'm going to start by pulling this one, and I'm just going to get my spade in there. Once you get one started, it's not going to be that hard to get the rest. It also helps if you label these, and you can do them in rows. Okay, this is a good one. This is Variegated Weigela for sure. You can still see some of the leaves that remain, but that's a good root system. This is a Shindo Viburnum here. Looks like two Shindo Viburnums. Once you get an opening, you can actually get your fingers down in there and pull these out. And if you lose a few roots, that's fine. I typically, when I pot these up, I'm probably going to take that long root right there and trim that off a little bit when I pot it. Nice thing about using sand versus potting soil is it's very easy to shake off the sand off the roots, and then you can start over with your new potting medium. That's also a Variegated Weigela. You can see the callus there that formed, that the roots came from. That's where they developed out. If you remember, I scarred it here, and this is very thick and very firm now too. So very high success rate, it looks like, from these. Okay, this is an example of one that did not take. I don't remember which one that is, but you can see it did not take. So that can just go in the compost pile. And let's see what we have some other varieties in here as well. Okay, this is I'm pretty sure that this is a double file viburnum. And that is a really good root system from that cutting. This is a super easy shrub to root. Look at that. And you can see those really deeply veined leaves. That's very characteristic of a double file viburnum. So you can see a really high success rate on most everything in here. Very few did not root. That's another double file viburnum as well. And as I said, it does help if you label, if you're going to mix a lot of plants in here, because had I got these out a little earlier in the season, I would have been able to tell a little bit better by the leaves which this is, and I do think based on that variegation that this is Weigela. So this one has a lot of callousing. This is double file as well, but you can see a lot of callousing up the stem. Those roots really took. Okay, this is Shindo Viburnum. A lot different root structure to that one, but that one's a good healthy plant as well. Good callousing on the bottom. Here's a few more that didn't take. This one is a mystery plant, but it's got good roots, they're healthy. I'm gonna go ahead and pot that, and we'll find out in the spring which one this is. And this is summer sweet. Pretty sure that is summer sweet. So that's one of the other plants that was in this. That's very fibrous roots. That's a great plant too. Summer sweet is a plant that really likes wet soil, but it can take, it's very drought tolerant as well, but that plant is extremely fragrant. So great to plant along an area where you can see the leaves. That's definitely summer sweet, but that's a great plant to plant near a patio or a porch, because in July and August that's going to bloom, attract a lot of pollinators, but just sets off an enormous amount of fragrance that you can smell from a very good distance away from it. So that's a good plant to have. Just rake my hands through there to make sure I didn't leave any cuttings out. And there was one. So I'm gonna get these bagged up into a Ziploc bag. I'm losing a little bit of daylight right now, but I'm gonna get these into a plastic bag. But before I do that, I'm gonna lay these out so you can see how many cuttings worked and how many we actually got from this project. Okay, so here are the results of what we have so far. We have 9 summer sweets, which is Clethra. This is Ruby Spice. This is the Variegated Weigela. We have 20 of those that rooted. We have, and I have not counted the Shindo yet, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Shindos. And we have 6 double file Viburnum. So that is a really good success rate on rooting. So I'm going to bag these up individually and label them, and then begin to pot them up this week. So thanks for watching this video. Hope it was helpful.